Welcome to my first art haul of 2025. I've, gone most of the year without buying any art materials. And yeah, that's been pretty strong of me. I just put in a Jackson's order. I actually did buy one art material. My sister was making an order and I got a drawing pencil. But this is the first big haul. I got this from Jackson's. There was a few things I wanted that they only had at Jackson's. So yeah, I put all the other stuff together as well. So let's get this started. Ooh, it's a pretty big box, which is a bit awkward to use. Now this is mainly sketchbooks. I've got a tear-off palette. New tear-off palette because the one I've been using is almost empty. Not sure the best way to do this. Maybe this box is really unwieldy to work with. I'll just pop that there. It's got too much going on. So yeah, then I talked about this in my acrylic gouache video. I want to get a couple of these blocks to try using them with acrylic gouache. So I might go out later today or sometime next week and actually paint on these to see how they go. But yeah, watercolor block, acrylic block. And still have no idea what the difference is. They've both got smooth paper. And yeah, I'll just see. I think it's the sizing, what type of sizing they use on the paper. Then sketchbooks, I've got so many sketchbooks, big stock up. These little Jackson's Studio sketchbooks, the smaller size. I got a lot of this for my upcoming trip to Europe, which isn't for 2 months. So I'm getting in really early. But yeah, then I got these. I like the square size. I found them really good for wet media, like gouache, as well as for dry media. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those. I was thinking of having one per country as I travel. So hopefully that'll work out. And then I got A4 in the studio sketchbooks. So yeah, they didn't have the what's that, A4? They didn't have A5 and then they had, no, that must be A5, yeah. Yeah, so A5 and A4. And then last but not least, this is also for my travels, for some of the workshops I'll be doing at the Urban Sketchers Symposium, and also just for my own benefit. I got some more acrylic gouache. This mustard is just a restock. Then primary magenta, I think that's meant to be a really good mixing colour. And turquoise. I like these three colours just together as a nice little palette. 3 really cool colours. So now let's get rid of this huge whopping great box. Yeah, it's weird. It's got extra bits to it and stuff, but yeah, get that out of the way. Oh, there was one other thing that I got, and it's sitting over here. I was actually using these last night, and it's a set of Pitt artist pencils. So actually I'll go back and get my Pitt artist Pitt artist pens in 4 different sizes. So there's the B bold brush, the 1.5 SC, I don't know what SC is. I'm having trouble reading on the back. No, it doesn't actually say on the back. SC and SB is soft brush. SC, I want to try it now so I can see how. I think it's not a brush, it's soft something. And then yeah, I was playing around drawing some celery. I'm going to put these all back together, and I might just put all that away till I'm ready to pack. These I want to test out, that I'll probably use. And now I'll do some swatching with these. Okay, it's time to swatch. I'm not going to swatch the sketchbooks that I got because I've used them quite a bit and I know how they work. The little square ones are particularly good for handling wet media like gouache. I've used them a lot for gouache. So even though they're not specifically for wet media, they do work well. The other ones, yeah, just good little everyday sketchbooks. And the blocks that I got, the acrylic block and the watercolor block, I might do a whole separate video on those because I want to use them for urban sketching, and so it's no point like just testing them out at home. But yeah, I'll go on to the set of Pitt pens that I got. The first one is the 1.5 bullet nib. So that's quite a thickie. 1.5. This is the B, which I assume is for brush. So it's good for doing the thicker lines, but you can also get some very thin lines with it, with that brush tip. B, brush. SC, I don't know what SC is for. Soft chisel. Ooh. So yeah, again, you can get some really thick lines with this. Probably not such thin lines. Yeah, the lines are not as thin, but still a variety of thicknesses. So SC, soft chisel. And then SB, which I assume is soft brush. Soft brush. So yeah, compared to the just regular brush, this is much longer in the nib. Get some very thick lines with that, and also some very, very fine lines. So yeah, just a nice little collection. I usually use, if I'm using fine liners, I usually use them a lot more narrow than that. But yeah, it's good to have these to add a bit of texture and a bit of different mark making when I'm doing just black and white drawings. So next, onto the gouaches. Of course, I've used the various types of gouache a lot. There's both the Turner and the Holbein. But yeah, I just wanted to test out these colours. So we've got turquoise blue. The mustard I've used before. That one's Holbein, and the mustard is more yellow, whereas this one is more olive. I'd call it olive, not mustard. Primary magenta. So yeah, those three colours, they are a very interesting combination. I didn't buy them to use together, but they do look lovely together anyway. Now let's get started with the swatching. So the mustard, it's a bit hard today because there's so many shadows on the table here with the sun coming in the windows. But then it is nice having a bit of sun because it's been so cold. And this blue, I wouldn't actually call that a turquoise, but yeah, it's a nice blue. I'm assuming it's called mixing magenta because primary magenta because it's good for mixing. So that was my small but mighty art haul, the first one for the year. Oh, so good on my no buying art materials. And yeah, but it was good to get a few anyway, even if they were mainly restocks. So if you've been buying any art materials lately, anything good, anything fun, let me know in the comments. Encourage my spending. Yeah, be an enabler. But otherwise, yeah, thanks for watching this week. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And stay tuned for the next fun video on sketching the world. Bye!